We are ready, and so is Brandon Aubrey to kick this one off. And off we go from spectacular AT&T Stadium. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they will finally get him down, but he gets all the way close to the 40-yard line. So the Jets offense ready to take over for the first time. They're led by their quarterback out of Ohio State, first-round pick Justin Fields.
I think the biggest thing that stood out from last week's game was when they went into the game with an initial plan, how quickly were they able to get away from that when they realized it wasn't working? I think they got a lot of unscouted looks, meaning the defense threw a lot of exotic looks at them, blitzes, different fronts and coverages, maybe things they didn't work on all week. So the key this week is understand what is the defense looking to do today and how fast can we make those adjustments if we're not having early success.
And he's very close to first down yardage. They're going to mark him shy, though, at the 48. An early test to start this one. 3rd and inches. He'll try to run for it with Hall. And he's not going to get the first down. They met him, brought him down in the backfield on 3rd and short.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking first down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
On comes the punt team now for the Jets. Cavante Turpin to return for the Cowboys. And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. So that Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go to work for the first time. They are led out by their quarterback, Dak Prescott.
One thing about this guy that's pretty clear, Mike, is there's not a whole lot that rattles him. He does a good job staying even keel. You don't know if he just threw a pick or if he just led his team to a touchdown drive, and that was kind of the case last week. He didn't let it snowball into a bunch of back-breaking mistakes. He just shook it off and kept playing. Now, can he keep that mentality as the rest of the year unfolds? And if he does, he's going to give his team a chance every single week.
They'll run it for the first time with Javonte Williams. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
2nd down, Prescott. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Prescott. He's trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not, and be taken down there.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs that sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play, and good job by the defenders tracking him down and took him down for a loss.
The Jets offense ready to see the football for the 2nd time. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Fields. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. That's to the running back, Breece Hall. And they're going to move this all the way up near the 35-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
A gain there of 27 yards. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the gun, and it's Hall. And a strong 1st down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short. With that, why don't we give you a look at his numbers on the ground in last week's game. 2nd and a yard. Now some movement up front. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time here today. Now a 2nd down throw for Fields. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs. This pass rush is continuing to make their presence felt here in the early going, and for this quarterback, he's lucky to at least get rid of that ball because they were on the verge of recording their 2nd sack, and we're still here in the 1st quarter. And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Cowboys offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. The open man is Tolbert. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Holding offense.
Operating from the gun, here's Dak. That's to the right side and incomplete.
He decides to go with the safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
Now a 2nd down throw for Prescott. And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
To say football is a game of inches may be an understatement after that last play. I mean, if he gets there just a little bit quicker, he can get 2 hands on it and reel it in. And instead of just forcing the incomplete, he could have had himself a pick.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Now fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. The drive begins with a run, and it's Hall. Room up the sideline at the 45. And he is tough to bring down. A big one there on the ground.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. On first down, they go right back to Hall. And a short pickup here, brought down just shy of midfield. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They'll go again with Hall. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards. And that leads to 3rd down. tight end going in motion here. Fields from the gun on third down. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. Here's Austin McNamara now, and he is hoping to improve on his first attempt. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Cowboys offense ready to get back at it. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Dak. Toward the sideline, that's pulled in by Lamb. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. A peek at his receiving numbers from a week ago, part of the offensive performance that led them to victory. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Now Prescott. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. Now a 3rd and 2. He'll try to run for it with Williams. Here's Brian Anger now, as he is on to punt for Dallas. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. First down, Fields. To the outside, complete. It's Wilson. So just a lone field goal in the first quarter of play. The Jets have the advantage. We're back to Arlington in a moment. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Fields gets it away quickly, and it's caught. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Fields now. He'll look underneath for Hall. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Back to throw is Fields. A throw left side, taken in by Wilson.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on 1st down. 2nd down and 3. Fields. He's got a receiver, Alan Lazard.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a 1st down.
Play action now for Fields. That's deep for the back of the end zone. Deron Bland. Good coverage, and he gets his hands on that one. They need to get this to the 23. Here's third down. To throw is Fields. That's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Here's their punter now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Cowboys offense getting set to get back to work. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Here's Dak to throw. That is caught downfield by Pickens. And he'll be taken down up around the 32-yard line. 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Quick throw here is complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Prescott now. Got a man over the middle. It's Pickens. Couple of 1st downs already on this drive, and they'll go 1st down from the 43. They'll throw again. Dak. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him.
It's so easy to underestimate the speed of this quarterback until you get on the field. They break down your pursuit angle so quickly because of that speed, so give credit to the defense. They understand it's a collective effort to contain this guy, and this time, defense wins and brings him down for a sack.
It is 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Prescott. Pass completed right side to Ferguson.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. Breece Hall making his way back out there as the Jets are on offense again. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. They're going to motion the tight end over here. RPO, quick throw, grabbed by Wilson.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield, so that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game.
Still 1st down.
So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. From the shotgun, it's Fields. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. 2 minutes remain in a 3-0 1st half. Greg and I back to Arlington at AT&T Stadium after this. Now a 2nd down throw for Fields. It is brought in by Josh Reynolds. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. This one caught by Lazard. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. This one taken in by Reynolds. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Now the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go in this first half. Fields now to throw on first down. Gets that one to the veteran Lazard. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. Now a timeout, Jets. It'll be their 2nd as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in half number 1. Second down. It's Fields. Quick throw out wide. It's caught. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7. To throw is Fields. That's caught over the middle. It's Wilson. Jets are going to use their 3rd and final timeout here. Anders Carlson here now to try the field goal. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Jets going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half. Just 1 second remaining in this first half, and they will kick it away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. Dak going to throw it here on first down. Open man down the field. It's Ferguson. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
These two teams leaving the tunnel, and we'll head out with them. It's time to send it back over to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Okay, Coach, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustment's going to pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. This one taken at the 7. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. They're still in search for their first points in this one, but only trailing 6-0. And this drive will begin with a first down. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
He works free, right side. And he will score. Jalen Tolbert, touchdown, Dallas. That his first touchdown of the new year. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Cowboys move out in front by a point. It's 7-6. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 3. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Jets offense and quarterback Justin Fields make their way back out. And he's had it going in the first half. really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. And he is fortunate to get past the line of scrimmage. Call it a yard at most. Marist Leofow, they're on the stop. Here's a 2nd and 9. Off the play action, here's Fields. And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8. They don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Back to throw is Fields. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Here's 1st and 10. Here we go. Fields. That one caught by Wilson. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. In motion comes Lazard. A give. Here's Hall. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
They go play action with Fields. A throw on the move is caught. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
A first down throw for Fields.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because
it is brought in the end zone. Josh Reynolds. Touchdown, Jets. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball.
Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. The Cowboys have it.
That decision to go for 2 was made up from the very beginning. The moment they scored, you could see the head coach. He's signaling, we're going for 2. The touchdown was obviously a disappointing outcome defensively, but to able to get that stop, they can at least come off the field and catch their breath.
Here's Carlson now. He'll kick this one off following the touchdown on the other end. Cavante Turpin on the return. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here, and they'll begin it with 1st and 10. And a good job following his blockers, a gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Dak. To the left side, caught by Lamb. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you could see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Now Prescott. He'll get this complete. It's Lamb again.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Now a second down throw for Prescott. He'll throw it left and has his running back. And he's very close to a touchdown. They mark him just shy of the goal line.
Well, they certainly aren't wasting any time marching down the field. I mean, you only need one hand to count how many plays they've run, and yet they find themselves first and goal inside the low red zone.
They'll run. It's Williams. And he will dive into the end zone. Javonte Williams. Touchdown, Cowboys. Good drive. They kept the ball. Greg, they moved it effectively down the field and finished it off on the ground for the touchdown.
So often, Mike, we see teams work on a great drive to get down here close, only to settle for a field goal. But in this case, give them a lot of credit. They put a great drive together, but they're able to capitalize and finish it off with 6. Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 2. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Jets offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. It's a pickup of about 3 to the 28-yard line. 2nd and 7. Here's Fields. He runs with it. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes them pay.
First down. Fields. That's thrown right side, but incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate. Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect. Really just comes down to everybody understanding the situation. You realize, how many yards do I need to get for the first down? And just make sure at least one of my receivers is past the sticks. That's where he went with the ball, and they're able to convert.
A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Here's Fields, choosing to keep this one. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And this is an area of the game where Justin Fields really excels. His ability to not only improvise, but also be used as a designed runner. And in this case, that's exactly what this offense does, and he picks up a nice gain.
Encroachment, defense. Still first down.
Shotgun snap and a give to Hall. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
Another run here with Hall. And he'll get this only to about the 10. Here's 2nd and 9. Now, Fields. He pulls it in around the 5. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here is a big one. 3rd down and 2. From the shotgun, it's Fields. That is caught by the tight end. Touchdown, New York. And hold on to that football, young man. That's a keeper. His first NFL touchdown. What a game this has been. Back and forth we go, and that 4th quarter score changes the lead one more time.
And we've seen the lead go back and forth, Mike, and now the question is, can they get a stop? Can they find a way defensively to hang on to this lead and get themselves this big win?
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown, time to kick it back the other way. This returnable from the 4. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The home team's offense about ready to take over once more. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Prescott. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. It's another run here for Williams. Fighting off defenders here. He'll churn forward and pick up 3.
And with that run, Mike, even though it brings up 3rd down, it still keeps this offense in what they call a 50-50 downs. It means with the down and distance provided, you can call a run or a pass, and both are equal threats. And that's what makes it so hard for these defenses to defend those situations. Critical 3rd down conversion there, Mike. Now brings up a fresh set of downs. You find yourself here trailing in the 4th quarter. They got to go down and score, and they got to score fast.
That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete. I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the 1st down marker. Cowboys special teams unit heads out for the punt. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the 4th quarter. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Jets offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been in control of this offense. Want to run you through some of the action from earlier on. You've got the 2 touchdown passes, over 200 passing yards. He has been excellent all game long. Pistol snap back to Fields. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he's got it to the 35-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. He'll run. This is Hall. He is met and dropped. Couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
He finds a seam, a good run, up past the 40. Let's give him 9 on that one. This crowd into it now as we get to third down. They will run it over center with Hall. And they've got it. Going to pick up the first down there. Right around midfield.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this third and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
He connects. It's in the hands of Reynolds. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Now a second down throw for Fields. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
Big-time opportune sack there by the defense. Mike, they're right on the cusp of field goal range. You can't allow this to become a 2-possession ball game here in the fourth quarter. Massive third down coming up here. See if they can get off the field and get the ball back to their offense.
And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down. On now comes the punt team for the Jets, as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. The home team's offense back onto the field for their next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. A shotgun snap for Prescott. A quick slant taken by Lamb. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. This one caught by CeeDee Lamb. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Dak to throw. A short throw caught by Ferguson. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. 2nd and a yard. On the play fake. Dak in trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Looked like a pass protection breakdown. They had 5 offensive linemen and a running back in the backfield. I promise you, somebody was assigned to that linebacker, but he timed the blitz perfectly. He ran through and was able to bring him down for a big sack.
They get 14 out of the screen, and it's a first down. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. Plenty of time, all 3 timeouts left. It's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. That's complete, left side to Pickens. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
It is 2nd down and 5. This one is complete. It's Pickens. And he'll take it on in. George Pickens. Touchdown, Dallas.
You know, Mike, at this level, not all touchdowns are created equal. There's some plays that result in touchdowns. and then there are touchdown strikes. And this one is the latter. I mean, you talk about a confidently thrown ball on the money downfield. It doesn't get a lot better than this, and his receiver is able to take it in for 6.
Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. An important extra point up and good, so the lead is 3 here in the late stages of the game. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown, time to kick it back the other way. Now return coming from the 7. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The visitors' offense and Breece Hall getting set for this next drive. Here's first down. Fields. They'll set up the screen to Hall. Finding space at the 40. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
They still have all 3 timeouts, and here we go with first and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Fields. There's that man again, another catch. Now the Jets going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock shows 50 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a first down. They'll run it with Hall, and he'll get about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Oh, he can't get rid of it, and he's taken down. Jets are going to use their 3rd and final timeout here. And the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the ballgame. He's got it at about the 8. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
This game has certainly not been for the faint of heart, Mike. I mean, we've been riding the ups and downs the entire time, but what a job by this offense. Game on the line to find a way to score and take the lead with very little time remaining.
Now Carlson to add the extra point. The kick is good, and the Jets have taken a 4-point advantage. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Here's Dak Prescott and the Cowboy offense set to go again. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout, and they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ballgame. Here is 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, it's Dak. And that could be the dagger. It's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Adams.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
So they come to the line for first down and 10. Victory formation, defense powerless to stop. And that should just about do it. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Down to a knee, one more time. And that should just about do it. Cowboys going to use their 3rd and final timeout. The last two runs each lost a yard. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 12. So this one a win for the visiting Jets. They were the aggressors from the start, able to dictate the pace of play, and in the end, they come away with the victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.